Certainly do that.
Yeah, let's start the meeting. Call and roll.
All right, call the meeting to order. 5:03 p.m. Begin with the reading of the Open Public Meetings Act statement. On February 3rd, 2025, notice of this meeting was placed on the official Bellmawr Redevelopment Agency website and emailed to both the Carrier Post and Gloucester City News newspapers for publication. The official notice to, they're coming in now. Just 1 second.
Yeah, sound like Josh.
You got it?
Yep, here.
Okay. Official notice to Borough Clerk was emailed on February 3rd, 2025, which included a request for posting of the notice to the official Borough of Bellmawr website and bulletin board. All requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. Brings us to the flag salute. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands,
One
one
nation,
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're about to head into roll call, so if any of you guys are muted, please get ready to unmute yourself. All right, Chairman Frank Philippek.
Present.
Vice Chair Bider.
Here.
Commissioner D'Angelo.
Here.
Commissioner Whitman.
Here.
Commissioner Patel. Commissioner Simpson.
Here.
And Commissioner Beck. See that he's on.
You probably don't know how to put the sound on or something.
Hey, is that better?
All right, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. So just, all right. So Eric Beck.
Yes.
All right. All right. We definitely have a quorum. Management professionals, Josh, your executive director. I am here. Mike McKenna, solicitor.
Present.
And Dennis McNulty, engineer.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
All right. I'm at a ski resort, so I apologize for any background noise.
Humble brag.
Wow.
All right, standard agenda for this evening. Begin with the reading of the minutes from the previous meeting, regular meeting, February 18th, 2025.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes.
I second it.
Is that you, Tom?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any nays?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Communications, we received the redevelopers report from Mr. Nogowski, which I'm sure Mike will highlight in his portion. If there's any commissioner reports, anything that anybody wants to go over, please do so now.
The commission report? Yeah, I got a report. I was talking to the county called me yesterday, and the permit has been submitted to DOT, and they got everything. The DOT said everything looked good, and they're waiting for the permit now for the road.
That's great news.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to executive director's report. As we know from last month, we certified audit 2023. After that, followed it with the DCA, the state, and also have to publish the report synopsis in the area newspaper, Carrier Post, Gloucester City News. Also with 2024, sent that out, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it finished 3 days prior or 3 days after the meeting that we had in February. So would have been nice to do both in tandem. But anyway, that was completed. Once again, there were 0 findings and recommendations. Certification will be on the agenda for this evening. And that brings us to budget 2025. I had sent an email earlier today explaining that we do have an amendment regarding the budget that was at the request of the DCA. As I explained in my email, they just prefer that we some of the budget items were more closer to previous years' historical data, and if there are any changes that we do so by amendment throughout the year. So that's the nuts and bolts of that. And then the adoption for the budget, again, is a resolution that's on the agenda for this evening. Before I move on to anything else, are there any questions on that? Just so we're clear. Okay.
No.
All right. Administrative, I won't go through all the boring stuff. The one important note is we just got hit. Turns out that Microsoft, due to all the cybersecurity concerns that are prevalent in the world today, they have upped their protocols in terms of using their email platform, which is basically what we use for the agency emails. They're requiring basically they want everybody to use an authenticator, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Long story short, it's an app that you link to your email, and every time you need to log in, it'll ask you for a code that's generated by this authenticator. So I know how cumbersome that could probably get for some of us. So we're looking to explore a workaround, so just I'm still working on that. If you have any issues with your email, please let me know. I know it affected the chairman last week, and we were able to get that rectified. But if anybody has any issues in the meantime, let me know. If not, you'll probably be hearing from me more on this by the end of the week. Other than that, that's it. If there's any questions on that, or from me overall?
No.
Okay. Moving on to Mr. McKenna.
Hi, guys. We got this redevelopers report fairly late in the afternoon. On a fast go through, it's my observation, and I'm going to look at it again, and I ask you all to do that too. We can't rely on the bolding as telling us the new stuff anymore. There's precious little new in here. I have two updates for you outside of this report. The first is, you'll recall last month, I began to perceive a lot of permitting concluding, whether it was Green Acres, wetlands development permits, and the like. And I suggested to Don that although he's done the lifting to get these permits with the townships, with the borough's permission, we ought to set up an archive. And he did do that. Josh, I think you saw the drop link that establishes an archive.
Yeah, Mike, and actually that's something that we may want to go through, just because most of those items I think are the items that he supplied so far are items I already had in hand. I think you were looking for more of the more intimate detail type of docs, like
all I cared about, because each of these applications is voluminous, would take up a red well in your filing.
Right.
So the drop link was a good idea. What did I want? The Four Corners permit. That's what I thought we needed to have. I mean, the drop link's good for the other stuff. And I regret I did not go through it once I saw that it was established and it was bigger. I'm not that guy that's going to go riffing through it. I saw that it contained the documents said to contain, but I did not review those. So if you feel there's any shortcomings in that, or if you want it pared down, like, hey, Don, thanks, but no thanks, just the permitting, that'd be a fair request as well.
All right, yeah, I'll take a further look at that.
Okay. The second point is that there apparently was a discussion, a next round discussion between the respective municipalities. I'm not privy to the details. I do not perceive that it has resolved, but I guess the only way I could convey a sense of it without being improvident here is to say that they're playing with the short irons now. So they're getting close. And that's all I have, guys.
All right, any questions from Mike before we go to new business?
No.
All right, with new business, again, these are all financially driven, so they will all require roll calls. We'll be able to combine the vote on resolution 03-23-25 and 03-024-25. So before we get into this, like I said, I know I had to cover the amendment and the adoption. But are there any questions on that before we get into new business? All right.
No.
Very good. All right, so that does bring us to new business, a resolution of the Bellmawr Redevelopment Agency, resolution number 03:022-25, pledging certification of the annual audit 2024 by the Board of Commissioners. Just need a motion.
So moved.
Make a motion.
Is that you, Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Second.
Mr. Byder. And I think that was Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Thank you there, Mr. Simpson. That will bring us to a roll call. Chairman Philippek,
Yes.
Vice Chair Byder,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo,
Yes.
Commissioner Whitman,
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson,
Yes.
and Commissioner Beck.
Yes.
All right, that concludes that resolution. Like I said, we'll be combining the resolutions, number 03:023-25, amending the introduced budget 2025 prior to adoption, and resolution number 03:024-25, authorizing the adoption of budget 2025.
Make a motion.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Just need a second.
Second. I second.
All right, thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Take us to a roll call. Chairman Philippek,
Yes.
Vice Chair Byder,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo,
Yes.
Commissioner Whitman,
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson,
Yes.
and Commissioner Beck.
Yes.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Final resolution of this evening, resolution of the Bellmawr Redevelopment Agency, resolution number 03:025-25, authorizing payment of outstanding bills.
Make a motion to
I
pay all
make a
bills.
motion. I
I
second
got
it.
Jeff on the motion.
I second it.
Thank you, Mr. Whitman. Bring us to a roll call. Chairman Frank Philippek,
Yes.
Vice Chair Byder,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo,
Yes.
Commissioner Whitman,
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson,
Yes.
and Commissioner Beck.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. That concludes all the new business for this evening, which brings us to the public portion. I do not believe anybody's on the line, but again, just to be safe, give it a couple seconds. All right. That brings us to an adjournment.
I make a motion, we adjourn, and thanks for everybody for coming on.
All right. Thank you, Chairman. I have you on the motion.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson. Got you on the second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Next meeting will be Tuesday, April 15th. See you then.
Thank you.
Next day.